All right, listen up. Today, we're putting you in the commander's chair. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to get a handle on AI deployment.
So picture this. An entire AI system is built. It's sitting there on the launch pad, engines humming, ready to go. The only real question is, are you ready to lead this mission? In this scenario, your official title is AI Project Manager. But let's be real, you're the mission commander. It's your job to make sure this incredibly complex system gets deployed without a hitch, smoothly, securely, and correctly. The success of this whole operation, that rests on your shoulders. Now, every successful launch starts way before the final countdown. It all begins with a super meticulous pre-launch checklist.
And look, no commander flies solo. This is your crew. This is mission control. You've got your MOps and DevOps folks, data engineers, infrastructure teams, cybersecurity experts, the whole shebang. Your job isn't to be an expert in all these fields. Nope. Your job is to coordinate them, to make sure every single person knows their role, and that the handoffs between them are absolutely seamless. Okay, now for the pre-flight system checks. This is it. This is your final go, no-go sequence. Are the deployment pipelines ready to launch? Is the model version sitting in the registry the exact one that was approved and signed off on? You know, a single version mismatch here could completely derail the entire mission. Are the data connections live and talking to each other? And are your monitoring dashboards up and running, ready to start pulling in data the second this thing goes live? You need green lights across the board here. This part is absolutely non-negotiable.
The final step before you hit the big red button is arming the security systems. This means you're locking everything down. You're implementing role-based access. You're making sure all your secret keys and tokens are secure, and you're turning on data encryption. You're also double-checking that all the firewalls and network policies are correct. Seriously, think of it like raising the shields on your spaceship before you head into uncharted territory. And compliance with standards like GDPR or HIPAA, that's not optional, it's mission critical.
All right, checklists are complete. The crew is ready at their stations. The system is armed. Now we get to the main event, monitoring the live deployment.
T-0. Deployment is live. The system is now out there, in the wild, interacting with the real world. This right here is where your job as commander gets truly intense.
Now here's what's so important about this part. This is what happens when things go wrong, because they will. These are your anomaly response protocols. They're all planned out before launch so that when an alarm starts blaring, you're not panicking. You're following a calm, logical plan. So, if the model fails to start up, your protocol is to facilitate a rapid triage. API errors popping up, you kick off predefined troubleshooting workflows. Infrastructure can't handle the load, you escalate it to the right team. Your role here is to keep a close eye on everything in real time and lead the team to fix any problems with as little downtime as possible.
Okay, take a breath. The system is deployed, it hasn't exploded on the launch pad, which is great, but the mission is far from over. Now comes the really critical phase of validating the live system. So, a crucial point here is that validation really happens on two fronts. First, you've got functional validation. This is basically asking, did it launch correctly? We're checking if the system is actually responding, if all the integrations are working like they're supposed to. Then there's performance validation, which asks a different question. Is it flying at the right speed? This is where you're watching those production metrics like a hawk. Latency, throughput, error rates, how much memory it's using. You need both to be sure the system is solid.
And how do you know if you've actually succeeded? You measure it against your predefined acceptance criteria. As you can see, success isn't just one thing, it's a combination. Hitting your performance targets, having absolutely zero critical failures, and confirming that the system can actually handle the real user workload you expected. This right here is your definition of mission success. The system is performing well, but we need to be sure it's stable for the long haul. And that brings us to the final operational phase, post-launch verification.
Yeah, your work continues long after T0. In that very first hour, you're running diagnostics, what we often call smoke tests, just to catch any immediate, glaring issues. By the end of day one, you and your team are digging through all the flight data, the logs, the metrics, everything. And then, after a week of stable flight, it's time for the big mission debrief with all the stakeholders. This structured sequence makes sure nothing important gets missed.
And you know, a mission isn't officially over until the paperwork is filed. I know, but documenting the mission is so critical. This means holding a formal post-deployment review, creating a summary report, and this is the most important part, documenting any issues that came up, how you fixed them, and what you'd recommend for the next mission. This is exactly how you learn and get better.
So, after all that, what does this really mean for you, the mission commander? Let's boil it all down into your AIPM playbook.
First rule, be coordinated. Your main job is to make sure every single team is perfectly aligned on what needs to get done, when it needs to be done, and who is responsible. You're the conductor of a very technical orchestra, and even one missed cue can throw the whole performance off.
Second, be controlled. This is all about maintaining that real-time oversight during and after the deployment. When issues pop up, and trust me they will, your controlled, calm response is what ensures they get resolved quickly and precisely, with minimal impact.
Third, be functionally sound. It's on you to make sure this AI system doesn't just work in some sterile lab environment. You have to guarantee it operates correctly and reliably out there in the chaos of the real world. That is the ultimate proof of a successful mission.
Fourth, and this is a huge one, be secure. Never ever launch without triple-checking that all your access controls and security configurations are validated and locked down. In today's world, security isn't some add-on, it's a fundamental piece of the launch sequence itself. And finally, be verified. Remember, the job isn't done at deployment. You have to perform deep, comprehensive testing and validation after the system is live. This is what confirms it's not just working right now, but that it's stable and performing as expected for the long haul.
And there you have it. Your system is stable, it's in orbit, and it's delivering value. The mission was a success. So the only question left is, what's the next mission?